Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 46 Destroyer Part 2. Space, not far from the deep core. This place has gone so wrong. The tracking device we hid on Zane's fighter was working fine when we left him. How could it give out so fast? The Crucible loves to pick off stray ships from convoys. His ship should have led us to their latest hideout. But now, they could have taken him anywhere. I tried to warn you, Zariel. Both bait traps with anyone you hope to see again. The muscle I hired just called. With no Zane and no slaves to help rescue, they've taken another job. We're on our own. I know. I've called anyone who could help find Zane. I even called Malik, as uncomfortable as that was. I told you not to call Malik, Jeriel. We can find the slavers and Carrick without his help. Well, he didn't offer, did he, Roland? He and his Jedi are all fighting their war. If you can't turn to Jedi, who's left? LB, Zane told me he had allies who could help, but he never said who they were or how to reach them. But he told you, Zane was talking to you about his plans that night on Gerbo's world. What did he say? LB, you've got to help me save him, please. It's my fault. He was trying to help me, trying to help others, and now he's a slave himself. A slave? Zane was not talking to me that night, but through me. Activating portable holo-transmitter, signal established, connecting. Hello? Zane? Shell? Bulgax, and the proving ground of the Crucible. Yes, Zane, your Jeriel was here, at a place like this, and she was part of it. She oversaw the pits. She was wielding the prod. She may have told you something of life here. But now you've lived it, thanks to the Kamasi. You know what we do, and what she's capable of. She couldn't have been a slave minder for long, Chantique, or whatever your name is. She lived on Terrace for years after Camper saved her. She must have been a kid when she was at the Crucible. How old do you think she is? Or has she even told you that? She's my age, I think. I don't. Try closer to 25. It's hard to know time here, but I knew her before. We were taken from the same settlement, the same school. She's 2 or 3 years younger than me, but more than old enough to stab me in the back. Whatever you say, lady, I don't think I can believe anything you... I said she stabbed me in the back. You were the overseer, the challenger. It wasn't even in combat she struck me down and left me to die. If she did, it was because she had no other choice. It was to save the other younglings from you. A funny way to save slaves. Do you have any idea what the Crucible does with the injured? We don't have healers, we just have replacements. And those we replace, we throw away. I was sold off with the garbage, the invalids who couldn't fight anymore. I won't tell you who's in the market for slaves, who can't do anything. I would have been glad to die. Only I didn't die. Somehow when I turned inside myself to escape, I found something there. Power. The power not to die. The power to heal myself. And once I'd succeeded, the power to take my freedom and my revenge. Dealing with my new masters was just the start. It wasn't easy, a teenage murderer living in the streets of the Rimworlds, but eventually I found the Crucible again. By then Jeriel was gone, having stowed away with some crackpot merchant they'd done business with. But I found other ways to even the score. I got my old job back and a lot more. You came back? I know you couldn't go home to Jeriel's school. Galliard abducted or killed everyone there. But why would you come back here? Because it's different. This time, I'm Magister Impressor. I oversee the capture of new recruits. the placement of our successful trainees at the disposal of our failures. No one will have the power over me ever again. Then why not do something about this place now? Jerry will try to change the system from within, but you could really do it. You could even find the other students from your school and help them. Oh, I found them. Many had survived like Jeriel and thrived. Some were trainers at our other sites. Others were being readied for sale. Rounding them up was the first thing I did. There's someplace safe then? I wouldn't say that. More like someplace ironic. Many of them were friends of Jeriel's. Knowing how they are living now is one of the perks of my job. Jeriel's not someone you want to associate with, Zane. Look at the name her slaves gave her in the Crucible. Can't. Destroyer. She's not worthy of your trust. In your heart, I think you know that, don't you? You're using the Force. I just thought you were influencing my emotions, like Zeltrons do, but you've been into my thoughts. You're not trying to seduce me. This is just another kind of torture. Like you tortured Gother Cleage. That was you, wasn't it? What part of your hard life made you do that? Is this how you have fun? You're a broken training recruit. You've broken. Time to go back. Bladed weapons this time, and with the Kamasi. Why more fighting, and why Snout? He's been through so much. What is this place? You make people fight for nothing. And tearing children from their mothers and fathers. What could be worse than that? My father gave me to the Crucible. You still don't understand this, Jedi. But I'm not done with you yet. What were you hoping for, Jedi? An uprising? A revolt you could lead? Knights have stumbled into our sights before. They always discover the same thing. Our trainees never rise against us. They've got nothing left for you because they give everything they've got to us. We make sure of it. Forget the armor, Baron Jar. I won't fight. So you say, but the Crucible exists to find you out what you will do. In the flames, a farmer can become Gother Cleage. A Jedi can lose his love for peace, and a Kamasi can become a killer. There's got to be a way out of this, Snout. Ralthar. We don't... Hush, Zane, Jedi. There's no time. My mind has cleared since you touched it. I understand the Crucible now. They are not criminals, and not an army. They are a remnant of something long gone. They are a machine created by the Sith Lord Eldis to turn subject peoples into strong armies, a machine that has never been turned off, centuries after Eldis turned to dust. The Crucible feeds on war, turning refugees into slave armies for whomever will pay. The stone does not care why it sharpens the sword. The Crucible's only aim is to go on. They will never let me go, never end my pain, not while my pain educates other warriors. I will never die until another Kamasi is kidnapped and made to take my burden. Duelists, attend. This is a bladed melee drill, freeform, no quarter. Fight until... whenever. I won't fight, Snout. You don't have to do this. They can't make you do anything. You don't. They can. They did. And I let them. I let them turn me against nature, saying Jedi. I let them make me into a fighter. So I will fight. Wait, what are you doing with the... I'm sorry. No. You pulled my hand. I didn't mean to. Heal. Heal, blast it. Heal. Try not to forget. Meaningless, wasn't it? Now I'm done with him. The pits are raised and the carriers, magistrate. We're locked and stocked. Where to? You know the procedure, Galliard. One of the scurry holes away from the core. It wouldn't be necessary if someone had let us finish Carrick off. He is finished. We've seen Snout suit up 1,000 times. He left that gap in his armor on purpose. He thought Carrick was his savior. Jeriel thought he was too. It's why she sent him here, to fight her battle. It was only right to return such a gift in kind, so I've sent him back to her. I only wish I could stay and watch. Zane! I'm so glad we found you. I didn't think we would. If not for Shell, Elby put us in touch. I can't believe she's on Coruscant now, working for Senator Garavis. He escaped Terrace after the Resistance fell, and now he's a champion for refugees everywhere. What am I saying? You know this. She's your resource. She told you where the Crucible might be before. Based on reports of missing travelers, well, she did it again. Somebody sighted the Crucible here on Volgax. Looks like they pulled out already. I'm sorry we were too late. I'm sorry this happened at all, but I'm so glad to see you. Zane, are you all right? Zane? Jeriel, how could you? These people you were with, they're horrible. The things I've done. I mean, the things I've seen the Minders do in Snout's memories are horrible. How could you have been one of them? I explained. They were hurting the other kids. She was hurting them. I thought if I stopped her, if I took her job, I could help them. Helping them fight so they got hurt less? It's still staying here. It's not enough. I was 13. You should have tried. Wait, what? You were with them, and you left them, and you didn't come back. Left thousands of them all here, afraid. You've even still got the name they gave you when you became an overseer. Why would you keep that? I'm sorry, I need some time to deal with this. You need? Well, I don't want to deal with it, Zane. I never wanted to until you made me. I thought we were dealing with it now, together. You know, Zane, for someone who supposedly failed at so many things he's tried, you have standards no one can meet. Maybe you're just young, or maybe it's just who you are. But if you don't know who I am, Zane, after all this time, maybe it's time we end this and go our own ways. I'll go tell the others. Oh, and about the name the slaves gave me, and these marks I keep, you're right. I guess I should get rid of them. If I don't, it's only because in the Crucible's language, Jeriel means protector. Protector?